In the second test, I'm gonna try again on checking the lost frame counter of the XPS24, but now I'm running Jeti, two receivers, but one of them in clone mode, okay? So one main receiver, which I already turned on, is here, and the secondary receiver, an R3, is in clone mode, okay? So I have the same setup. I'm gonna switch the camera, sorry guys, so you can see both at the same time. I have a servo moving on a sequencer continuously, and I have my two receivers here. So what I'm gonna do first is disconnect the primary receiver, port 1. I'm gonna disconnect that. Just did that. Now Jet is complaining. The servo was moving all the time correctly, and the frame counter is saying we lost frames on the first one, which is perfectly fine. Okay, so now I'm gonna connect back again the port 1. Get to detect that everything is moving nicely, and now the frame counter is saying, oh, we're still losing frames in port 1. Make sure everything's okay. Yeti is reporting that is connected to that one, no problem. Everything is moving. But now I'm getting kind of an inactivity alarm here. Let me hit something here, okay? And we're still getting the frame counter in port 1. So now I'm gonna disconnect port number 2. The frame counter in 1 stopped. Frame counter in 2 started. Lost frame. Everything was moving all the time, so it's all good. And this accurate reflects, but notice that it did stop counting on lost framing in the 1 only after I push out the port number 2. So I'm gonna put it back on. I'm gonna put it back on. Now I have that one connected. All is moving, and the frame counter stopped. So now it correctly reports that it's receiving from both. Okay. So let me try again. So if I disconnect port 1, I just did. The Jeti complains because that's the direct primary, and the counter correctly saying we have an issue. If I put it back on, now the counter switched to number 2. So you see that in the first one it kept counting on number 1, but in this one now it switched to number 2 like this lost frame. Everything is moving nicely. If I take out number 2, everything keeps working. I keep saying that number 2 is off. I put number 2 back on, and everything is working, and now everything is stopped. Okay. So I don't know exactly what's happening, but the good thing is that in all the testing that I had done, it's switching correctly to the second receiver when needed, or the first one. It's just that the frame counter doesn't seem to be fully correct. Thank you.